Today's video is going to be mine and Amy's top 10 quotes.
We've always loved quotes and how they make us feel, and John Green summed up how we feel about quotes, saying that maybe our favourite quotations say more about us than about the people and places we are quoting.
And very apt to John Green, we both love Paper Towns, so we both have favourite quotes from this book, but we do have different ones. And my favourite quote from Paper Towns is, "What a treacherous thing it is to believe that a person is more than a person." This is my favourite Paper Towns quote because it addresses the point John Green makes quite a lot about imagining people complexly and how you can't misimagine people to be a perfect being, and actually there's a lot more to someone than what you think.
My favourite quote from Paper Towns is, "The town was paper but the memories were not." And I think that's a perfect way of just summing up like sometimes how life can feel fake and misimagined, but then when you put it all together it's what has made you, you.
And my next favourite quote is from Hamlet by William Shakespeare. This is from Act 2, Scene 2 in Hamlet's soliloquy. And he says, "I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams." This is one of my favourite quotes because I think it sums up Hamlet's melancholy in that he feels he could rule the world, but his bad dreams that plague his mind every night stops him from achieving what he would like.
I also have a favourite quote from Hamlet. It is from Act 3, Scene 1. It's from the To Be or Not To Be speech, but it is the quote, "For what dreams may come when we have shook off this mortal coil." And like Hamlet's played mind in Laura's quote, I also think it explores the limitations and boundaries of thought.
Another one of my favourite quotes is from Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. And this quote is, "To die would be an awfully big adventure." I love this quote because I feel like it just sums up childhood innocence and just how Peter Pan feels, you know. Everything is another huge adventure to him because he doesn't have kind of the maturity to understand the seriousness of what might be going on.
Another favourite quote of mine is, "How will I ever get out of this labyrinth?" It was made popular by John Green in Looking for Alaska, which I don't have at the minute, but it was also the last words, or supposedly the last words, of South American revolutionary Simon Bolivar, and I've seen it in this Immortal Last Words book, which I bought from a quaint little shop in Leamington Spa, which is very nice. But I love that quote because it just sums up life, and in Looking for Alaska John Green discusses whether the labyrinth is life or death, or if it's the labyrinth of suffering.
One of my next favourite quotations isn't actually from a book, it's from my favourite song, which is To Build a Home by the Cinematic Orchestra. And this quote is, "By the cracks of the skin I climb to the top, I climb the tree to see the world." This is one of my favourite quotes because it sort of sums up life. I feel that, you know, the tree is a symbol for life and you're struggling to get to the top and where you want to be, so the cracks in your skin show the struggle that you've been through.
My next favourite quote is actually from a poem called The Listeners by Walter de la Mare. It's one of my favourite quotes because it's actually the poem that got me into poetry when I was a kid, and it's how the silence surged softly backwards and the plunging hooves were gone, and it was how I learnt about alliteration and sibilance, because I can't say it because of this.
My last favourite quote is from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This quote is from Dumbledore, where he says, "Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry, but why on earth should that mean it is not real?" I love this quote because I feel like it just encapsulates what it feels like to read, because you get completely absorbed into a new world and you can believe that it is completely real.
My last favourite quote is, "And in that moment I swear we are infinite," from Perksby and a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I just love this quote. It gives me chills every time I read it because it just encapsulates the whole teenage feeling and just general life feeling of when you're with someone you love, of feeling like the moment could last forever. So there are our favourite quotes, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'd love to hear some of your favourite quotes if you want to put them down below in the comments.
See you on the next video.
Bye!
I feel like we should leave that in. This guy doing the tune.
What, instead of it? Hold on. I need it.